الله أكبر الله أكبر أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله حي على الصلاة حي على الصلاة حي على الفلاح حي على الفلاح الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله
إن الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه ونستهديه ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا وسيئات أعمالنا من يهده الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلا هادي له أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله حق تقاته ولا تموتن إلا وأنتم مسلمون يا أيها الناس اتقوا ربكم الذي خلقكم من نفس واحدة وخلق منها زوجها وبث منهما رجالا كثيرا ونساء واتقوا الله الذي تساءلون به والأرحام إن الله كان عليكم رقيبا يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله وقولوا قولا سديدا يصلح لكم أعمالكم ويغفر لكم ذنوبكم ومن يطع الله ورسوله فقد فاز فوزا عظيما. أما بعد إخوة إن خير الحديث كتاب الله وخير الهدى هدى محمد صلى الله عليه وآله وسلم وشر الأمور محدثاتها وكل محدثة بدعة وكل بدعة ضلالة وكل ضلالة في النار أعاذنا الله منها وإياكم جميعا. Before we go in, I don't think it will be a good idea to keep all the kids together. They will be talking. We need to separate them. Maybe you can check that. Thank you. They need to be apart from one another. Thank you. Put one next to Abu Bakr right here, right there. Very good. I'll sit there. Thank you. Thank you so much for coming, but there is no talking when you are in Jumu'ah. So we thank Allah, we praise Him, we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to continue to shower us with His mercy. And I am looking at everyone, I see pretty much 99% all of you have a face mask on. I don't have it. So I hope I'm not violating some laws here. I think they say that if you are fully vaccinated, then it's up to you. So that's why I am not using it. But if I'm breaking the law, you tell me, I'll use it. And by the way, we have also the guests outside. In case those who has not been vaccinated, you can seize this opportunity to get yourself vaccinated. And I went to the lady, I told her that I already had 2, if I can make it 4, if that's okay. Since they say new variants are coming. They said, no, you don't need 4. I said, can you add 1 to make it 3? They said, no, you're good. Okay. So those of you that have been vaccinated, you're good, inshallah. And those who has not been, and this is an opportunity, something that you should go for it, but that things came to you. So seize this opportunity to get yourself, inshallah, what hopefully can be a protection for all of us in addition to our reliance on Allah. If you also know friends, family members, co-workers who has not been vaccinated and they would like to do it, you can just call them and let them know that we have the mobile clinic outside. They can seize this opportunity to get it done, inshallah. May Allah continue to protect all of us. Ameen. And moving on, my brothers and sisters, I believe last Jumu'ah and the day of Eid, we talked briefly about the Dhul-Hijjah and sacrifice. And then we've spoke generally about it and those who has done it. My brothers and sisters, this deen, this Islam, which you and I are beneficiary of it. And this Islam that sometimes you sit down and I sit down and ask myself, what would my life look like if I wasn't Muslim? I cannot imagine how horrible my life would be. Saying that to say that Islam is like the biggest blessing that you and I happen to be blessed with. We all will agree to that as the Muslims. That's why we would rather see ourselves being cut into pieces, thrown into fire, than rejecting that Islam. Right? And that's why we always ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, رَبَّنَا لَا تُزِغْ قُلُوبَنَا بَعْدَ إِذْ هَدَيْتَنَا. Oh Allah, don't ever allow us to fall away from Islam after being guided into it. Right? We'd rather die, we'd rather be burned into ashes than to imagine ourselves without our deen. Because it's so good, it's so necessary, it's needed. But my brothers and sisters, that Islam, it didn't come to us freely. I don't know where you may be coming from, whether it be Asia, Australia, Africa, America. For that Islam to get to you, to wherever you are from, some people had made sacrifices. Because they know that it was an amana, it was a trust that was delivered to them. So they felt responsible morally to make sure that that trust, that amana, that they will also pass on to the next generation. It looks just like a relay race. Once you got a baton in your hand, right, you run as much as you can. But when you know that your time is up, if you fall down or you got caught, you are not the only one who will lose, but the whole team will lose. So you look for someone, you make sure, all right, before you touch down, that you hand that baton over to someone else. If you don't, you feel guilty, you lose. Not just you who is losing, it's the whole team. And they were very serious about that. That's why they did whatever they could to deliver that amana, that trust that was given to them. Last Jumu'ah we talked some about dunya here and there, but today we'll just focus on this moral trust, which is the faith. The faith is amana. Allah said, "Inna aradna al-amanata ala as-samawati wal-ard wal-jibal fa'abayna an yahmilnaha wa ashfaqna minha wa hamalaha al-insan." This amana, this trust, I have presented. Allah said, "I had presented to the mountains, earth, and heaven, and likewise to the mountain. Can you take it?" They said, "No, it's too heavy for us. We are afraid we may not be able to deliver the trust." But us, human beings, we said we will take it. And we took it. And many of us did not deliver properly. But some, they did their best. Allah said, "Rijalun sadaqu ma ahadullahi alayh." There were some men that said, Allah gave it to us. We will better utilize it, and we make sure that we pass on to the next generation. Again, my brothers and sisters, this trust is intergenerational relay race. It's from generation to a generation. When I was reading and I was trying to see the amount of effort that the Sahaba they did to make sure that this didn't get to you, the amount of sacrifices that they've made. And I come across to one Sahaba, his name is Suhaib. And they say that the ayah in the Quran was revealed about him. So I wanted to talk to you about him today, about Suhaib. And I found he also narrates another hadith. And it will be very good for you and I to go back to that hadith, because that goes way back before the time of the Prophet ﷺ. And Suhaib said in this hadith, before we tell you what he has done, all right, it could even be maybe because of that amana, that trust that he saw others have done it, he felt entitled, he felt obligated morally to do whatever he has to do, that you and I will get this deen under air conditions or fan or in our car or whatnot. So Suhail said, كان في من كان قبلكم ملك وله ساحر. Right. Among those that came before us, there were a king. And this king had a magician. I'll cut the hadith short just to get to the point for the sake of the time. This king had a magician who used to do whatever he wants to do, as magicians usually do. Right? They use black magic on people just to make sure that his throne is secure. Now, Kabira as-Sahir. And then the magician become old in age. فقال للملك قد كبر سني وحضر أجلي. He said to the king, I have become old now. My bones are weak. I don't have as much energy I used to have to carry out your commands. Matter of fact, I see my time is out. I'm near death. فادفع إلي غلاما لأعلمه السحر. So, please give me a young man, a new blood, a fresh man, so that I can teach him the magic, so he also can take it to another level. See, he felt obligated, though this is not something so decent, not decent at all, but he wants to make sure that he hands the batons over to someone else. He said, give me a young man, I'll teach him the magic because I am closer to my grave. Long story short, a young man was given to him, and he began to teach him the magic. But what happened, وَكَانَ بَيْنَ الْمَلِكِ وَالسَّاهِرِ رَاهِبٌ. Now from the household of the young man and to that magician's house, there were one Christian Imam. They were called monk, right? There was one Christian Imam who also was preaching otherwise. He was teaching people about the oneness of the Creator. He was teaching people about the Islam. If you want, you can call it Christianity, but I choose Islam. Right. Now, as a young man he would leave his house, going to the magician in the morning, and here on his way, there is someone else who's teaching people about the deen, the religion of Allah. So he will sit down and listen to that Imam. And he was amazed. فَأَعْجَبَهُ نَحْوُهُ وَكَلَامُهُ. He was amazed about what the Imam was saying, and then how he carries out himself. He will spend some time with him. Then after that, when that lesson is over, he goes to the magician. But whenever he gets to the magician, he's late. The magician will beat him. Why you came late? And then when he left again, going back home, he will sit again and listen to the preaching of that monk, that Christian Imam. All right? Or you can call it priest or pastor if you want. Then when he get home again, he get woke because he's late. Supposedly, he has to spend 1 hour, but going, he will spend an hour with that Imam, and then coming back another hour. So he's always late. He's late at the magician's house, he's late back home. So he came to the Imam and he said, this is my situation. When I get to my magician teacher, I get woke. When I come back home, I get woke. I said, don't worry about it. When you get there, if he said, while you are late, you say that my family kept me busy, I was doing some work. And then when you get to your house, when your parents want to get you in trouble, say, no, my teachers, all right, kept me busy today, he was teaching me. So you are safe. Now the young man was confused. 2 teachers, magician and someone who's teaching me about the oneness of Allah. That is only one God who has created all, who is the one who's worthy of being worshipped. Now, as the young man was going one day, فَإِذَا بِدَابَّةٍ عَظِيمَةٍ فَزِيعَةٍ, and he saw one horrific animal, all right, that happened to block the road. People couldn't pass. Let's say a big cow or a lion, something. People can't pass. Now the young man said, great, this is now my time. I will know today among these 2 teachers who is telling the truth and who is lying. He said, today I will know if the Christian monk or the Christian Imam is telling the truth or if that magician is telling the truth. And he picked up a small rock or pebbles and he said, oh Allah, if you know that my Christian Imam is teaching the truth and you are pleased with him more than the magician, kill this animal with this little piece of rock. And he threw it and the animal fell dead. And people were able to pass freely. And this is amazing. This is a huge, gigantic animal. And this small piece of rock just killed that animal like that in the hand of a young man. And you know the news will go around. And the news happened to spread. And then a young man come to his teacher, the monk, the one who was teaching about the deen. He told him what happened. And the teacher said, أي بني أنت اليوم أفضل مني. My son, today you are better than me. You are better than me. You can take this deen to another level. But I tell you what, wait, a test is coming. You know you will be tested. You will put into exam. You will be put into exam. Just make sure when you got in trouble, don't mention my name. To make a long story short, the young man become a great person. He can cure people. People with, blind people, then he'll just make dua, they are able to see. People with the leprosy, he'll make dua, and then they are cured. With many different diseases. Now, that king had a close friend, and that friend became blind. And he heard about the young man, and he went to the young man with a lot of gifts. And he said, okay, young man, all these are yours if you are able to give me my sight back. The young man said, well, I don't need none of this. I'll be able to assist you in a condition. Is Allah, Allahu alladhi yashfi. Is Allah, He is the one who gives the cures. I'm just a means. The guy said, what? Are you talking about the king? He said, no. My Lord and your Lord, and the Lord of the king. If you believe in him, then I'll pray that you're good. And the guy said, well, I just want to be able to see. Subhanallah. And you can imagine, this blessing that you and I, we have, we're able to see day in and day out. We don't even consider it to be a blessing. But this guy said, whatever it takes for me to be able to see, I'll do it. The young man said, just believe in God. The guy said, okay, I believe in Allah. He prayed for him, and he was able to see. Then the guy went back to the king because he was a good friend. He was even an advisor to the king. So when the king saw him, he said, wow, you are able to see now? Who did this? The magician? The young man? He said, no. Rabbi, my Lord. The king said, are you talking about me? He said, no, you're not the Lord. This is my Lord, your Lord, and the Lord of all. The king was very upset. And he punished that guy very bad. And the guy, his friend, directed him to the young man. And then when they got to the young man, of course, the young man also tell the story. And they went and took the teacher of the young man. They just take the saw and place on his head and make him into 2 pieces. It was so tiring. Mercilessly, he will kill you just like that. Mercilessly. So he killed all of them. Now he took the young man. He wanted to kill him, he couldn't. Then he brought some of his army together. He said, take this young man and take him to a high mountain. If he withdraw back from his deed, if he say he doesn't believe in God no more, you let him go. But if he still remain on his position, you throw him on his neck. Throw him on his neck. They took the young man. As they were going, they got on top of the mountain. The young man said, Allahumma kfinihim bima shi'ta. Oh Allah, take care of them, protect me the way you see fit. It's a good dua, keep it in mind. Allahumma kfinihim bima shi'ta. The Prophet ﷺ also gave it to us. You see someone you know is a wrongdoer, he can harm you, just ask Allah. I don't know how you're going to do it, but I know you have a power to protect him. So protect me the way you see it fits. And then the mountain just shook, and they all fall down. They died. Guess what, my brothers and sisters? The young man could run away because the king wanted to kill him. But he did not. He came back, walked to the palace of the king and said, here I am. The king said, wow, what happened to my people that I sent you with? The young man said they were all punished by God, my Lord and your Lord. And he sent the boy again with the second group. He said, put him in the ship, go to the oceans in the middle of the sea. If he still believed what he believed, then make sure he's drowned. They took the boy again, and the boy made the same dua, and then the ship just flipped it over. They all were drowned, and the boy came back. The boy went to him again for the second time. And the king said, I don't know what to do with you. The boy said, okay. You want to kill me? That's what you want? The guy said, yes. The king said, the boy says, it's easy. If you want to kill me, you don't need to do none of this. You just gather all of the people in the town in one open place. You just make sure you take me. You just hang me on a trunk of tree. You take one arrow, all right, from my bag. You hold on to it. You just say, Bismillah, in the name of Allah, all right, Rabbul Ghulam, the Lord of the boy. You throw it into me and see what will happen. The king want to get rid of the boy. So he did that without even thinking about the consequence of that. But the boy also has a message. Now the king gathered all of his people together and hang the boy on top of the tree and take a 1 hour and say, Bismillah, in the name of Allah, the Lord of the boy. And he threw it to the boy and it just hit him somewhere. The boy held on to it and he died. The whole village said, now we believe in Allah. You are not the God. No. The Lord of the boy is the God. Now, my brothers and sisters, what the boy did now, he sacrificed himself to make sure that the trust, the amana that is given to him can be passed on to the another generation. He was willing, and he even go ahead. He could run away. He could escape. Whatever that he would have asked the king to give it to him, he will give it to him. But that was not what he was living for. He was living for a purpose. He got the gift of being a Muslim. He got the amana, it's a trust. So he was thinking, how can I deliver this trust to other people? That's why he was willing to give his very life, and he gave it. This is what is called sacrificing oneself for one belief in one's idea. And you know the rest of the story. The king said 81, he was afraid for his kingdom and he lose it. And he started to punish people. Long story, but that's not the point. The point is, this is intergenerational relay race. When it's passed on to you, make sure that you do whatever you can so it will not remain in your hand. You pass on to others. And the same Sahaba who told us about this hadith, Suhaib also was in Mecca. He had a lot of money. When he heard about Islam, he became a Muslim, but he couldn't practice his deen. Now he was willing to migrate to Medina with the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And then the people of Mecca, they did not want to let him go. So they come and circulated his house. And Suhaib, subhanAllah, the time's running out. And he will go to his room. A little later on, he will act like he's going to the restroom and just see if they are there. They were there. So they said, okay, our gods got him in trouble. All right? He's going to restroom after and after, one after another. But Suhaib wasn't using the restroom. He was just checking on them. It got to some point, he said, finally, what is that you want? You know I'm a warrior. Now let's fight. You can get to me, but before you get to me, you know I'll kill many of you. They said, well, let's cut the chase short. We're not here to fight you. But when you were coming to us, you didn't have nothing. Once you come here, you got engaged in business, you make all this money. Now you want to go and join the Prophet ﷺ with all this money? No, we're not going to let that happen. So I said, oh my God, it's all about money? If I give you all of my money, will you let me go with this deed? They said, sure. So I said, okay, all my money, there, you go and get it. And he hit the road heading to the Medina. Subhanallah. When Suhaib get to the outskirts of the Medina, and the Prophet says, sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, رَبِحَ الْبَيْءُ يَا أَبَا يَحْيَا. Oh, the father of Yahya, the transaction, the sacrifice that you just made it now, it has already brought about fruit for you. A lot. You made a profit. And Suhaib was moved to tears. He said, when I left the Makkah, I know nobody has left behind me, after me, and get to you this fast. It must be Allah who informed you. That's why the ayah was revealed, وَمِنَ النَّاسِ مَنْ يَشْرِي نَفْسَهُ بِابْتِغَاءَ مَرْضَاتِ اللَّهِ. There are some people that will sacrifice their very self to please Allah. And when Suhaib get there, he was so hungry. And the rest of the story is there, but that's not the point, my brothers and sisters. The point is, this is all about a trust. This is all about amana. When you get it, then you have to make sure you pass on to others. You will not be able to do that unless you are willing to make sacrifices. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us a better understanding. أقول ما تسمعون وأستغفر الله لي ولكم ولسائر المسلمين من كل ذنب فاستغفروه إنه هو الغفور الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين والعاقبة للمتقين ولا عدوان إلا على الظالمين. Sorry, my brothers and sisters, the time is running. We do not want to hold you here too long. My brothers and sisters, Islam is amana, is a trust. People has made a sacrifice for this deed to get to us. Now we have it. Now it's our turn to make sacrifice so deen can go to others. Very serious. When you look at the Quran, when Zakaria was getting old, what did he say? إِنِّي وَهْنَ الْعَظْمُ مِنِّي وَاشْتَعَلَ الرَّأْسُ شَيْبًا وَلَمْ أَكُ بِدُعَائِكَ رَبِّي شَقِيًّا. Right? He went on, إِنِّي خِفْتُ مَوَالِيَ مِنْ وَرَائِي وَكَانَتِ امْرَأَتِي عَاقِرًا فَهَبْ لِي مِنْ لَدُنْكَ وَلِيًّا يَرِثُنِي وَيَرِثُ مِنْ آلِ يَعْقُوبَ. He said, "Oh Allah, I am getting old now. My bones are not like they used to be." And then you can see the gray hairs are taking over. Right? I'm not like Zachariah, but you can see 10 years ago when I'm giving a khutbah is way different from now. Right? Abdurrahim always said, Imam Ousmane, you were firing. But now what's wrong? I said, Abdurrahim, you can see. Now I'm looking around. We've done our part. This generation, with whatever good and bad we did, now we want to pass the baton unto you, next generation. And you also have to be ready to take it to another. But the sad part will be when the old man is more energetic, more enthusiastic to carry the message to other level than the young one, then that is scary. That is very scary. Otherwise, when Ibrahim was saying, what did he say? "Oh Allah, I tried to look for someone to carry this message. They all rejected. Give me a son now." That's what the whole story came about. Rabbi habli min as-salihin. That's what he said. So, it's always from one generation to another. We hope and pray that anywhere to our community you go, the next generation is ready to take the baton. It's amana. We did our best. So we are willing to give it to you. Are you ready for it? Are you ready for it? This question is on your head. Answer is to you. My brothers and sisters, young men, please pardon me, the time is going. The Prophet says, Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, sacrifice your childhood, your youthness for your adulthood. اغتنم خمسا قبل خمس. The Prophet said, you can either sacrifice your childhood, then when you grow up, then you have everything. Because when you were young, you wasn't playing. Your life was not all about talking. It wasn't all about sleeping. It wasn't all about PlayStation or things like that. Your foot wasn't being dragged. Then when you grow up, you have something. But there are some people, they will sacrifice their adulthood for their childhood. Because they won't do nothing. Anytime you want them to do something, they think like they are doing for somebody else. Now when they grow up, what can they do? Bro, can I get $10? Can I get $20? Please, can you buy what's fair for me? Oh my God. It's too late then. Our life cannot be without making a sacrifice. It cannot, it's impossible. You just have to choose which of the two moments you want to sacrifice for the other one. Be serious about your childhood. Parents, let us help our kids also to be serious. We're running out of the time. But I'm not hoping, I'm not planning, I'm not desiring to be here for a lifetime. Whether I like it or not, I'll go. Whether we like it or not, wallahi, we will go. This generation will go. And next generation will come. Please be like the generation of the Sahaba. When the Prophet ﷺ was going, he has millions of young ones. Anyone, if you trust him with the Ummah, they will take it and fly with it. Osama bin Zayd was a young man. He led the biggest army. Can we find those in our communities? We hope so. You can make it happen. We have a faith in you. We have trust in you. You just have to activate yourself. Anyway, it's amana, it's brought to us. Then we can choose to let the whole team fail. Or we can make sure that we will. 25 years ago, I used to play soccer. One day, my team lost the cup because of me. Wallahi, even today, whenever I thought about it, I feel sad. 25 years ago, It's like I said to myself, if the whole community, whole ummah fell because of me, that would be a biggest shame on Day of Judgment. This is nothing about just a soccer. A soccer, you won't even get $20 if you won the cup. But still, 25 years ago, I have the regret on my heart. I was saying to myself, Ousmane, you could do better because they were all relying upon you. Imam Tungara said he knows it. سبحانك اللهم سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك اشهد ان لا اله الا انت استغفرك واتوب اليك. جزاكم الله خيرا. جزاكم الله خيرا. قوموا الى صلاتكم يرحمكم الله. سبحان الله وبحمده نشهد ان لا اله الا انت نستغفرك.
الله أكبر الله أكبر أشهد أن لا إله